be reacting to CESTVS, the Roman Fighter episode 11. I will be starting my reaction from the 47-second mark, and I'll be watching it from Crunchyroll's website. But without further delay, I'll start my reaction in 1-0, go. And I'm glad our boy finally got a win. Well, another win, I meant to say. And a win against a badass opponent at that, too. Hell yeah. And honestly, after what he did, he deserves to collapse and take a bit of a break, too. The thing is, though, our boy, he was smart enough to take advantage of the situation even when luck wasn't on his side. That was the difference. But Felix seems like a smart man. I'm pretty sure he'll be able to eventually figure out the differences between himself and CESTVS. But eventually, I guess this is what allowed CESTVS to get the win, though. In my personal opinion, CESTVS was able to get the win just given the fact that CESTVS' life has been through so much misfortune and bad luck that he knows how to deal with adversity whenever it comes knocking on his door. While with Felix, it implies that he's lucky. Now, don't get me wrong. He's probably had to fight hard for everything he's gotten. I mean, he would have to, since he did mention that he is an experienced gladiator. But with CESTVS since when he was a child, he's been just given multiple bouts of bad luck. So unlike, say, Felix, CESTVS knows how to deal with adversity whenever it shows up on his doorstep. Felix, he probably isn't as adapted considering that he's mostly got by on his good luck. Yeah, of course, it would put CESTVS in a situation where he's going to be able to gain the advantage eventually in a battle. At least that's how I perceive the situation. I gotta admit, that shot was a adorable little surprise. I ain't gonna lie. Oh! Whoa! I like it's the first song about it as if like it's the most natural thing in the world. Oh, that's why. Oof. I'm assuming the valves recovering is gonna take a... I like how he's talking about it as if like the most natural thing. Jeez. As if I was a trainer in real life, you'd probably see similar things to Spock and be like, oh yeah, he's also a bit of aspirin. Now, take it and tough it out. Oh man, I hope so far never changes. Well, at least as long as he's a slave, he wouldn't really be able to live long if he didn't have his fists. He maybe would if he achieved victory. Hey, at least Felix is taking something somewhat positively out of it. Well, of course. I mean, he received a freaking kidney punch. And also punches to the stomach, too. I like that though. Oh. Like that little freaking wink. Uh, and also Felix's optimistic personality too. It also shows you why he's lucky. He ain't lucky just because things fall into his favor. He's also lucky because of how he perceives situations. And he's optimistic. Oh. I actually do hope they can show off. But our boy better keep on winning though. Alright, at the very least he promised them that. He's still on about luck. But you know what? That's what makes him so damn lovable too. I just hope it doesn't end up jinxing our boy by accident. It ain't wrong. I mean, in life you do take a lot of risk, and a lot of successes aren't achievable if you don't take at least a little bit of risk. I'm assuming our boy's not going to be lucky this time. But who knows? I hope I'm wrong and he's lucky. Oh! Ah. Mm. Yeah, damn! Those are some keen reflexes. If he's able to actually perceive where the corn was gonna land. I mean, for some humans, with a lot of training, but not in what the natural physical sets do. I love how that says a lot about CESTVS' personality, though. I can see why he'd be laughing. Because CESTVS, he doesn't rely on luck, he makes his luck. And that's what Felix finally realized. Oh. Ain't wrong. Because if there's any moment where CESTVS doubts himself, it's going to end in absolute failure, at least in massive amounts of time, if that were to happen. Oh, finally! Yeah, I've also been thinking about Grim String multiple times too. I'm assuming so that they're able to. Oh, shit. So that was answered before I even had a chance to say anything. I don't think that's the case. Well, sometimes simple is the best solution. Unless they want a freaking bet to make things interesting. That's gonna be my guess. Yeah, that was just chat as fuck. Yeah, he just crushed the whole fucking thing. Jeez. And it was such a beautiful looking apple too. True, if you can do it immediately, it would cause more damage to the opponent. They'd have less moments of reacting to the blow. Shit. Kind of reminds me of Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch to an extent, only a much more advanced version of it. By all of the implications. Yo, I love Zephyr's smile. Yeah. Spar higher than any man can even perceive. That's gonna be my guess. Or I should just say higher than most men can perceive. Gotta admit, the bird's eye view of Sicily looks absolutely, Cycradus. Sicily looks absolutely gorgeous. It's nice seeing our boys actually hand drawn. It's such a rarity that when it does happen, it's a nice visual treat. Yo, even seeing characters running in the background looks good too. Aww. Okay, the blonde dude looks like a freaking badass. Jeez. I wonder if this guy named Loki is either blind or it's just his eyes look that way. Something that I mean when characters' eyes are drawn like that, they can be blind sometimes. I like how he's down the man participating with. I mean, I can see why he'd doubt him. Doesn't seem like he has the Fred. Why would a Fred? I mean, I guess I can imagine why Fred Slip would want to fight. Probably test their strength. Damn, I'm gonna carry as a fucking pimp. The way those ladies were staring at him. Good end from the. Okay, really dang quick though. I'm assuming Audiness is a fucking dick by the implications of that. Oh my. It's nice to see him. Oh man, I was hoping CESTVS would have a conversation with Ruskas. At least before the season ends. Hey, the pole kind of looks cross-shaped. I wonder if it's my... No, it definitely isn't my imagination. Oh. I mean, I could see why she wouldn't instantly recognize CESTVS. I mean, CESTVS become a lot more manly. Well, no, all jokes aside. Oh man, that's fucking touching. Oh, I thought there might have been a chance Ruska was going to compete in the competition. Oh, never mind. I might actually get my wish. Fuck yes. I mean, yeah, I can imagine that wouldn't be the most positive of conversations between the two. I mean, yeah, I mean, the way he says it to CESTVS, it isn't exactly in a congratulatory tone. So I could see why she didn't instantly notice the awkwardness between CESTVS and Ruska. Talk about absolute coldness. Oh, okay, at the very least. It's a date. I'm just joking. uh, but no, all jokes aside, I actually been wanting to see this for a while. Yeah, the action never really quantified what really went down when CESTVS actually left originally. Oh. No way in hell a boy is gonna actually give up though. And I love that anger. Hey, maybe the one naive is Ruska because he hasn't seen how much CESTVS has changed. He ain't wrong. Because CESTVS has to live with suffering from the moment he wakes up from the moment he sleeps. So if anyone's naive, it's Ruska. He doesn't really know what CESTVS has gone through. But in saying that, I love the tension it does build up. Oh man, that was hella creepy. That little still. Oh, Edmund! Oh, I mean, why wouldn't he? Hey, I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch. But I have a feeling that Edmund's probably gonna lose against someone badass. Ah, he's gonna lose. Edmund's gonna lose because they need to have a twist for a season finale. And I like how CESTVS is acknowledging that too, that he does crush dreams. Exactly, it's come way too far to back when her boy, he ain't no quitter. Oh, I thought for a second Edmund was gonna fight. Never mind. I really want to know the backstory behind the bear looking dude though. And like the music, what he's saying, that just sounds so fucking epic. Shit, you can really tell this guy is well trained with the way he talks all prismatically. Oh, so it's gonna end right before Sif is gonna fight. Son of a bitch. That's it. I was hoping at the very least we get to see a face of the opponent that he's about to fight. Now, I'm saying that for a season finale, it wasn't terrible, but it's like, if I had to be perfectly honest, this didn't really feel like a fitting season finale though. This felt more like a. If I had to compare it to something, it felt more like the midpoint of a season. And if say this were like the 11th episode out of like 22, 24, 26 episodes or 25, I'd be excited. I'd be like, fuck yeah, I can't wait what's going to happen next week. But this ain't it though. This ain't a fucking mid. This is literally probably the final point of the series because all things considered, I don't think the reception for this series is good in Japan when it comes to pre-orders. Which is a shame because the script is nice. But there was a lot of things I love to see. I love to see that, yes, there is still tension between Ruska and CESTVS, but it shows you that Ruska ain't a completely bad guy because he, in a way, he is trying to look out for CESTVS in his own way by warning him, oh, maybe there'll actually be a season 2 preview or an after credits. No, look at a recap towards all the things that happened previously. Gotta make the music as kick-ass though. Yeah, that definitely felt like oh, never mind. Shit. Yeah, I'm just looking at Crunchyroll comments, just to see if there's any more episodes, but yeah. Yeah, doesn't seem like there's gonna be more episodes. Now, I'm saying that this episode had a lot of good stuff though. Shows that Ruska is only still like to try to look after CESTVS naturally. But the thing is, though, despite that happening, shows that he still doubts his abilities, and I do like that because if we were to get a season 2, it'd set up a plot point where CESTVS can surprise people if CESTVS would rise to the occasion. So I do like certain specific things in the episode, and then. Aside from that, there's something else in this episode that I also really liked too. I like the fact that at the very least the 2D moments do look nice. And aside from that, I also like the fact that there were physical consequences towards CESTVS having health problems when it comes to him urinating blood at the very least. So I like how there's physical consequences towards the battles. And aside from that, I did like how he sees Miss Roxanne again. It made for a nice, happy, emotional moment. Now, and saying that again though, I do like how there was 2D animation that looked pretty damn good. Which made the 3D animation stand out, even though 3D animation wasn't that bad at all. Which is funky to say the least. And aside from that, I do like the plot progression in this episode, because even if we don't get a season 2, at least from episode basis, it does stand like as a good springboard for major action sequences to take place instantly if a season 2 were to ever air. So there were positives in the episode, and that's why I had to rate the final episode on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being abysmal, 5 being average, 10 being exceptional. I'd give it a 6 out of 10. As for the series itself, that's where I'm going to have to break down bit by bit my rating. Now, if I had to rate the series itself on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being abysmal, 5 being average, 10 being exceptional, I'm going to have to give it, honestly, if I'm being honest, a 5.5 out of 10 for just slightly above average. And let me explain why. Because I may have enjoyed the series, but there were a lot of problems. Like, there were literally episodes when there were action-oriented episodes that skipped 4 to 6 minutes with like a recap. Like, literally, it felt like this series was 11 episodes, but I felt like it was more like 10 or 9 with the amount of recap footage that was in each episode. Which shows you that the production must have struggled a lot if they can only muster 11 episodes. Then on top of only mustering 11 episodes, some episodes had 4 minutes of recap. I'm like, wow. So that's where the production values really hamper it. And out of all the sports animes this season, and I pretty much saw all the non-sequel, non-spin-offs, CESTVS was by far the worst looking sports animes, because I saw Backflip, which was the best looking sports anime of the season. I saw Burning Kabaddi. I'm currently seeing Farewell, My Dear Creamer. And all those sports animes look better than this one. And if I even include sports animes like last season by Wave Surfing Let's Go, and even Escape to Infinity, those just eviscerate this series. So that's part of the reason why I give it a 5.5 out of 10, because while the fights were well done and the writing was good, considering that the emphasis of the series is the intense fights, it was sometimes hard to get really pumped up when you see CGI for the fights that isn't of the best caliber in certain instances. And it's like, I've seen I've seen box anime that are actually 2D hand drawn. So to see this not 2D hand drawn just shows you that the production staff, they cheapened out, because older animes are able to have 2D hand-drawn fights, so why not this modern-day series that's airing in 2021? But, in saying that, there were positives. I do like seeing CESTVS struggle, because it only makes the moments where he achieves victory really satisfying to see, admittedly enough. And aside from seeing those bits of victory that were nice to see, I do love the bond between him and Safar, where Safar, you can tell he had absolute faith. And CESTVS, that was actually sweet. So there were some nice emotional touches to the series. And I did find some of the characters engaging, like even Edmund, admittedly enough. So that's why, even though, yes, this series had a bit of stumblings, it had enough upsides to, at the very least, carry the series into something that's, say, 5.5 out of 10 caliber. And something else that affects it too, it's like, sometimes it rushes through things. I would have loved to have seen CESTVS' deeper thoughts when he first left the people that had him captive, you know? Felt like it rushed through some things here and there. I would have loved to have seen him work on his script with the pickaxe that he got. And then they were hyping up Rudolph, but they skipped all of Rudolph's battling. He was supposed to be a freaking badass. What happened to that? So there were things in this series that felt super freaking rushed, that kind of hampered my enjoyment. Even though generally the writing is good, it's just the way they execute things sometimes that really hampered my enjoyment on the series on occasions. But overall, though, I did like it more than I thought I would. And that's why I think it did enough to at least warrant a 5.5, for at least a bit average. Because again, in my scale, 5's average and 10 is exceptional. And if it were to get a season 2, yes, I would definitely check it out, like no hesitation at all. But anyways, y'all, these are my thoughts on the episode. I would love to hear your thoughts on how I feel about my reaction, or the episode itself, or the season itself in the comment section below. Hope y'all rate the video, share it, comments, or subscribe, and I'll see y'all later if you come back for more. But anyways, y'all, thank you very much for watching my video, and have a fantastic day, everyone. Bye-bye.